Hey, welcome to Catholic Breakfast. Today, I'm just going to do a little reflection on a late sister who left a beautiful note about 10 things you will not regret doing before you die. So I ran across this beautiful list of 10 things you won't regret doing before you die by the recently deceased Sister Maria Caritas. And thanks to Sister Teresa Alethea for for posting it. Appreciate that a lot. I just wanted to say just a word about it, so check it out if you haven't seen it. Here's some of the things she says. Do not speak ill of anyone. Reflect before speaking. Do not speak when agitated. Listen but not to gossip. What strikes me about so many of these really very practical and wise things that Sister says, things you won't regret doing, are about speech. Like how important speech is. It's such a wise thing. Why does it matter how we speak? Why does it matter about what we listen to and about thinking before you speak? I think it was Dostoevsky, who said that when you speak in truth, you broaden the space in which others can speak the truth. Well, why does speaking the truth matter? Because as rational human beings, we have the great privilege of speech, the great power of speech. What is speech? They're symbols of reality. So when I speak truth, what I'm doing is reflecting the truth and goodness of the world around me. And that allows me to live as a human being. There's something just uniquely devastating about lying. There's something devastating first and foremost to the person who does it, because what it does is it disconnects the person from the truth and goodness of the world around me. It betrays my own power to think and to speak. It's like a collapse in of myself. It's scary though, right? Because when I speak the truth, sometimes there's a cost. Usually, a lie is usually some kind of self-protection. It's some attempt to preserve myself, my reputation, preserve some kind of suffering. Now, I don't know Sister personally, I never knew her, but my guess is that knowing the sisters that I do know, maybe she'd say something like, look, you're going to suffer one way or the other, but it's so much better to suffer for the truth. So when you speak the truth, you do it with a kind of conviction. You might not get it perfectly right, you might stumble over it, but you speak the truth with confidence, and then suffer what happens to you. What it does first and foremost to you is it makes you someone who is alive, living as a human being. And that creates a space so that others can dwell there. Maybe I'll just mention the last thing she says here is, don't believe displeasing things about others. Boy, that's a tempting tempting poison to drink, isn't it? When you hear bad things about others, displeasing things about others, the temptation is, I'm going to believe that. Why? Because in my own inadequacy, when I hear bad things about others, it makes me feel better. Oh, that person is so much, less put together than I am. That person is less than I am morally. They don't have the skills that I have. And that makes me feel valued or affirmed. The danger with that is it reduces the person to what's not good and true about them. So even if it is quote unquote true in some sense that yes, that person did that thing that's wrong, the person is not their failures. No human being is their moral deficiency. It's not their intellectual deficiency. We're not the things that we lack. How could we be, right? How can I be the things that I lack? That doesn't make any sense at all. Whatever is good and true in me, that is what expresses who I am. So to not listen to the things that are displeasing about other people is not to stick your head in the sand like an ostrich. It's actually to make a clear statement. What's true about that person that you're speaking badly about is not being reflected in what you're saying. There's something deeper, more abiding in that person than their moral deficiencies, no matter how bad they may be. I think you can see that as a good thing too, because isn't that what you would want people to do about you? Someone knows some bad thing that you've done, maybe with full knowledge and intent. What an act of love to not parade that around as a tool for boosting ourselves up to make other people look worse. Easy to do? I would say definitely not. But things that we'll regret before we die, we won't regret doing these things. So thanks to Sister Teresa Alethea for doing these things, and thanks especially to Sister Maria Caritas for writing this down. And now after her death, now we know it, and let's pray for her as well.